Good afternoon. Welcome to the Stroke Conference of 2020. So we have a really exciting program this year. We have special celebrations for this conference. We have the RTPA 25th anniversary that has two celebrations, one at the main event on Wednesday and a symposium later on. Same with the endovascular trial, is the 5th anniversary of the endovascular trial. So we have really an exciting program celebrating these two major anniversaries.
These were both major milestones in acute stroke care, so we really want to celebrate our victories. Hopefully, as we go along in the conference, we're going to hear a lot more victories from some of our emerging clinical trials. I'm really excited to hear the results of NA1, which is one of the first neuroprotective therapies in conjunction with thrombectomy. So I think now that we have thrombectomy as part of our toolbox, now trying to build on that success with neuroprotective agents is going to be a very fruitful endeavor.
So in addition to our celebrations of the RTPA trial and the endovascular trial, we also have another major anniversary, which is the 50th anniversary of the Stroke Journal, which is the main journal of the Stroke Council.
We're also celebrating our award winners, Dr. Making Niedergaard, Dr. Devin Brown, Dr. David Spence, and Dr. Pamela Duncan. Very well-deserved awards for them this year.
Yeah, those are the main awards that the ISC gives: the Willis Award, the Feinberg Award, the Sherman Award, and the Mentor Award. So these are really high-level awards.
We've already had some really exciting, good pre-conferences, including one focused on health disparities. We continue to have a very strong representation from our nursing colleagues, and we also have had a pre-conference focused on thrombectomies and TPA use, as well as our pre-conference for basic science. All of these have been very well received, and I think are really highlights for Satellite Symposium for our program.
So in addition to all these great sessions, we also have, returning to the stroke conference, the SET talks, which are the cerebrovascular and education and discovery talks. These are like TED-type talks, and we bring some of the best, some of the leaders in the field that will present exciting new types of research and clinical approaches that will come to the clinic in the future.
As many of you may have noticed, we added 2 new tracks this year, one of which is the brain health track. This is really important for the secondary consequences of stroke, most notably vascular cognitive impairment and dementia, which are a consequence of stroke. We'll also be introducing the new discovery cohort, which is an NIH, NINDS, NIA funded initiative to follow 8,000 patients with stroke for monitoring of cognitive decline, including collection of biomarkers. I think this will be very high yield for our future research endeavors to prevent the cognitive complications from stroke. The second track we've added this year is our endovascular specific track. Really responding to the programming requests, we have now developed an endovascular specific track that will go throughout the course of the conference, and these will be continued next year.
So in addition to all these great sessions, one of the unique features of ISC is that we have a really exciting basic science, basic translational science that takes place at the conference. One example is the SPAN conference, the symposium, which is a new path that NIH is fomenting for the translation of potential therapies for stroke in the clinic. You know more about the SPAN.
So the SPAN is the Stroke Preclinical Trials Network, and it's really a way of trying to get our most promising neuroprotective agents or therapies into the clinical population. There'll be 6 sites. We'll be hearing about it in the SPAN session. Each will have a different drug or technique to try and reduce stroke in the acute setting. And all of this will be blinded and randomized, and I think any drug or agent that comes out of the SPAN is going to be very robustly confirmed in multiple labs, making it much more likely that it will be successful once it translates into clinical populations.
And in addition to that, we of course have really exciting science that goes from molecular biology to inflammation to microbiome to cognitive studies in animal models too. So it's unique of the ISC conference that we have these exciting cutting-edge science being presented at the conference.
And one of our other cutting science areas is our clinical trials. We're looking forward to the results from the TNK trial about what's the appropriate dose to use in TNK-treated patients. We're also looking at whether ambulatory telemonitoring of blood pressure can improve secondary stroke prevention. I think that will be a very interesting trial. We also have the presentation of a recovery trial using transcranial magnetic stimulation, which is a non-invasive way, and if this is an effective way to improve stroke outcomes, it will be very exciting.
So with all of that, a very comprehensive conference, we also have in the Science and Technology Hall a number of educational booths being presented there. For example, the Stroke Council has a number of, it's called Stroke Central, and I invite people to go there and learn about many different things, including how to write your CV, how to write a paper, how to review a paper. There are different things that the Stroke Council has developed for educational purposes that will be at the Science and Technology Hall.
In addition to all those great offerings at Stroke Central, we also have a lot of other opportunities for our junior trainees. For example, we have an early career mentorship lunch that will be held on Wednesday.
In addition to that, educational too, we have returning to the conference Game of Strokes. There is really an exciting competitive system of presenting clinical cases and different regions of the world competing to try to come up with the right answers. It's been a champion for ISC in the last four years. And that's really what the conference is, a very comprehensive conference that goes from education, research, clinical trials, all the way to very important, being a very important conference for stroke.
Thank you for joining us here in LA.